Good morning, students. I am Binu Thomas. I'll be teaching science for you for this coming days. The chemical, today we are going to learn about chapter 14, uh, chemical effects of electric current. And everybody knows, all of you have electricity connection at home. You know what is electric current. So it is easy for us to start the lesson. Now, to begin with, the term conductor. So you must be familiar with this term in the previous classes. A conductor is any material or substance that allows electricity to flow through it. So the electric wire that you see for your home, it is a conductor of electricity. Why? It allows electricity to flow. Then, any substance can be called as a conductor of electricity if it allows the movement of charges through it. So it should allow ions to move through, then only electricity can flow. So this particular substance material will allow the electricity to flow. That is why it is called a conductor. The electrons of the conductors can flow freely. They are delocalized and hence we take electric current through them. So one example is the electric wire that you have, the copper wire that you have. It is a conductor of electricity. It is carrying electricity from one pole to one post to the other, to your home, etc. Let me see 5 electric conductors. One is silver. Gold also is a good conductor. Copper is a good conductor. Steel is a good conductor. Seawater is a good conductor. Why seawater is a good conductor? Because seawater is sodium. It contains salt content in it, and salt is sodium chloride. So it has, while it has it can be electrolyzed, forming sodium ions and the flow of sodium ions and chloride ions. So making the seawater a good conductor of electricity. Now let's see what is an insulator. An insulator is any substance or material that prevents the flow of electricity. So conductor allows the electricity to flow through it, but insulator is a substance material that stops the flow of electricity. So even the electric wire you have, it has got a plastic cover outside. It acts as an insulator. So it will not allow the electricity to flow to the other places. So it is being insulated with a plastic wire. So insulators do not allow the flow of charges. Here it allows the flow freely, but insulators will not allow the flow of charges through them because their electrons are tightly packed with their particles. So insulators, the electrons are tightly packed. Example, rubber. Rubber is an insulator. Glass is an insulator. Oil is an insulator. Diamond is an insulator. Dry wood is an insulator. So these are the two things. Basically, first you should know when you talk about electric current, chemical effect of electric current, two materials. What is a conductor? What is an insulator? Okay, next. Some materials can allow little flow of water through them and are called poor conductors of electricity. Some will allow little bit of electricity to flow through. They are called poor conductors of electricity. Some can allow complete flow of electricity through them and are called good conductors of electricity. Water containing salts and minerals dissolved in it always conduct electricity. So if you have salts and minerals dissolved in it, it can conduct electricity. Distilled water which does not contain any salt cannot conduct electricity. So distilled water, it does not have any salt. Salt is sodium chloride, so it is not present in distilled water. So the movement of ions does not happen and hence salts cannot, distilled water cannot conduct electricity. Any solution of acids or bases also conduct electricity because they have ions, movement of ions. When electricity is passed through, the movement of ions takes place and hence it conducts electricity. Now let us discuss about some poor and good conductors of electricity. Distilled water is a poor conductor of electricity because we have learned just now because it does not contain any salts. Tap water is a good conductor of electricity. Lemon juice is a good conductor of electricity. Vinegar is a poor conductor. Cooking oil, good conductor of electricity. Milk is a good conductor of electricity. Honey is a poor conductor. Soda compounds are good conductors. Mercury is a good conductor. Fuel is a poor, that is wood, is a poor conductor of electricity. So these are the different good conductors and poor conductors of electricity. Now, how do liquids conduct electricity? Different substances, when mixed in water and electricity, is passed through them and can break apart from positive and negative charges, negative particles or ions in the water. So different substance when mixed in water. So liquids which is a mixture of some other substance in water and electricity is passed through them, they can break apart, forming positive and negative particles or ions in the water. So actually the flow of electricity is the movement of ions in the water. So they should be having some salts or minerals in it for forming positive and negative particles. These ions can pass the electric current through them. So when you have ions in the water, in the liquid or anywhere, then there is a flow of electric current. The more is the number of ions in a liquid, better is the better conductor it is of electricity. That is why distilled water is a poor conductor of electricity, but salt is a good conductor of electricity. Salt means sodium chloride. So you have sodium ions, positive particles, and chloride ions, negative particles, which moves in the water and makes salt water a good conductor of electricity. Many compounds do not form any ions on mixing with water, and therefore they are poor conductors of electricity, such as sugar, water, oil, and alcohol. So they do not form any ions on mixing, and hence there is no movement of ions taking place. Therefore they are poor conductors of electricity. See, I have given you an example. Construct a circuit using two cells and an LED and a connecting wire. There are two connecting wires. Immerse the two ends of the wires. See, the two ends are immersed in a beaker containing water or any liquid without touching each other. They are kept separate. If the LED glows, the liquid conducts electricity. If it is connected through two cells here and a wire, and then the ends of the wire are not touching each other, it is been immersed in a liquid. So if the LED glows, then you can say that liquid conducts electricity. If the LED does not glow, the liquid does not conduct electricity. If the brightness of the LED glow is high, then those liquids are good conductors of electricity. The brightness of the LED is low, it indicates that less current is going through those liquids, and they are poor conductors of electricity. We have learned poor conductors of electricity in the previous slide. When very less amount of electricity is flowing, then the LED they are called poor conductors of electricity. So LED also will glow very low. If the brightness of LED is low, it indicates that less current is going through those liquids and they are poor conductors of electricity. If it glows well, then you can say it is a good conductor of electricity. If the LED does not glow, it denotes that such liquids are insulators. Insulators will not allow electricity to flow. Now, why LED bulbs are more suitable for testing the electrical conductivity of liquids? See, LED bulbs are now used by everyone else, because you can save more current bill. Your electricity charges will be used because it consumes very less electricity. That is also there. Now, when the electric current often causes heating effect, due to which the filament of the bulb gets heated up and glows. However, some liquids are capable of conducting electricity, but they are weak conductors of electricity. Hence, current passes through them, but it is not that strong enough to heat up the filament. As a result, filament would not light up in such liquids. So, electric current often causes the heating effect. This current will have when you have a bulb on for some time, you will feel, if you go and touch, it will be very hot due to the filament of the bulb gets heated up and glows. However, some liquids are capable of conducting electricity. They are weak conductors of electricity. Some liquids, they conduct electricity but will not glow well. Hence, current passes through them and it is not strong enough to heat up the filament. So the filament also will not get hot as before. As a result, filament would not light up in the case of such liquids. However, LED bulbs can detect the flow of even a small amount of electric current as well. So you don't need lots of electric current to have an LED bulb to glow. Hence, LED bulbs are suitable for testing electric conductivity of liquids. Even very less amount of electricity is flowing through the liquid, it can be detected using LED bulbs. Why? Because LED bulbs can detect the flow of even a small amount of current as well. So this is the first video